Today we're going to be ranking Google's bidding models. I'm going to go over what each of them are, and then the ranking of what we don't use to what we use to make the most money for our clients. So let's jump right in. Number 5 is going to be target impression share. We never use target impression share. I've been doing this for 10 years. My agency's been around for 4 to 5 years, and we have not used this once for our clients. Reason being is because anytime that we're running ads for somebody, we want to go after people who are likely to convert or going to buy. When you're going after target impression share, the whole goal of this bidding model is going to be going after more of the share of the actual impressions that are happening for that type of keyword, which isn't going to give you a bias of people with past data points that's likely to actually convert or buy for your product. So if you're looking to make money, I would stay away from target impression share. Number 4 is going to be max clicks. Now, max clicks can be used situationally. What it means essentially is telling Google you want the most amount of clicks possible for a line of keywords. And the reason we don't use this all the time is because, like I mentioned with the target impression share, we want to go after people who are most likely to convert, not people who are just most likely to click, because there is going to be a difference there. So when it comes to max clicks, if you want to use this, you're going to use it more so as a later game strategy to find if you can get more traffic from a type of keyword that you've already established actually converts for your brand or your product. So it can be used situationally, but very rarely ever, if ever, will we actually launch a campaign with it. Next is going to be number 3, manual CPC. So manual CPC is telling Google, this is the most I'm willing to pay for a click on a keyword. It does have its use cases. As mentioned, this used to be something that would be used a lot more widely, let's say 3 to 4 years ago or later. But in most cases, it takes out the algorithm element. So you're not going after people that the algorithm knows is actually going to take an action. You're very specific towards getting a certain type of fixed price for the click of a keyword. So similar to max click, this is something that you're going to want to use if you find keywords that convert, but they convert at too high of a cost. And then you're going to see if you can find that same traffic source, but at a lower cost. So that way, if it converts at the same rate, then you get a lower cost per acquisition. So there are use cases, but same thing, you're not going to want to start a campaign with it. Number 2 is going to be using either a TCPA or a target ROAS. Now, these are settings that go on top of maximize conversion or maximize conversion value. And the reason why they're ranked number 2 is because it holds back Google, kind of puts Google on a leash, right? Because you're telling Google you only want traffic that's converting if it gets you a certain target ROAS or target cost per acquisition. So let's say you're using maximize conversion value. If Google doesn't think that it can get you, let's say 300%, which would be a 3 times return on your investment, it's not actually going to show your ads. So this is something we use often. It's definitely a second stage optimization. But if you do find a lot of success with which we'll go into, which is number 1, this is something you can use to control costs. It will stop your ability to scale though. So it's something you want to be really care about. If you're trying to maximize your return, this is a setting that you would use on top of the success you're having with maximize conversion or maximize conversion value. And that leads into number 1, which is going to be maximize conversion or maximize conversion value. We start almost every campaign we run with this because with how advanced Google's algorithm is nowadays, you want to leverage the data points it has that you will never see to go after people who are going to convert, who are going to take an action. You may not be able to target it with controls on your computer, but Google knows exactly who's consistently actually taking actions after they become a click, and you want to use that leverage. So if you're ever going to launch a campaign, we highly, highly recommend using one of these because it's going to focus after traffic that's most likely to take that action. And that is always what you want to go after, not the most amount of impressions, not the most amount of clicks. You want to go after the traffic that is going to make you the most money, which is going to have the greatest chance of success with maximize conversion or maximize conversion value. As I mentioned, once you find the point where you've scaled, and then you want to control costs, then you can play around with target ROAS or target CPA. But when it comes to the start and getting a base layer of data, you're going to want to start with one of these two. Depending if you're on lead gen, it's going to be maximize conversions, or if you're in e-com, maximize conversion values. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. There'll be more to come. Also, if you want daily advice, make sure to check out our Instagram and TikTok, where we go over smaller tips of how to win on Google.